Corvo with Reliable Home Sync and also host of Businews Connect, and we're here at the Log Cabin to celebrate Link to Library's collection of over 50,000 books. Let's go in and see what we have going on. We're here with Jeff Fialke, partner of Bacon & Wilson in our own city of Springfield. Jeff, thank you for talking with us.
Thank you.
Great. Now, this Link to Libraries event, I've been wandering around. It is incredible to me in there. There's over 500 people in there celebrating the collection of over 50,000 books. Why did you come tonight?
Well, I think what's remarkable is that there's so many people here to support an organization that's probably only, I think, a couple years old. And I think it says a lot about the personalities of the folks that have organized, including Sue Kaplan. But also I think the importance that the community places in providing books to kids. I think that education is something that's so important, and it resonates really closely with this community.
Very well said. And you know, books and children are seemingly synonymous. I mean, I remember reading everything I could growing up, and I just can't fathom not having a book or not having access to books as a child. I mean, my parents read to me, I'm sure your parents read to you. So being able to provide children with these books to only better our communities is just so important.
No, it is, and there's no question that, and I think we hear a lot about it now, that early childhood education is everything, and you have to get kids young, and starting to read to kids at the earliest age is so important to how they develop and how their educational and career success develops. So it's super important, and tremendous that there's an organization like Link to Libraries that it's come together in support of this type of endeavor.
It is, and I'm happy to be able to be a part of it, as well are you tonight. And just out of curiosity, speaking of children's books, what was your favorite book as a child?
Well, as a longtime resident of the Pioneer Valley, certainly the entire Dr. Seuss library. I have two small kids at home, and we read. They probably have 25 Dr. Seuss books in their library. If I had to pick one, there's a book called On Beyond Zebra, sort of an unknown book from Dr. Seuss that comes up with this. If the alphabet didn't end at Z but began, and he's got all these really interesting letters and animals, and so all the Dr. Seuss books are certainly my favorite.
You know, I've never heard that book. I'll have to check it out. And I think it's funny because Dr. Seuss, on top of it, must have never had children because those books are so long.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's right.
it takes me forever. There's a lot of fish in the One Fish, Two Fish book. I'll tell you that.
Right.
So thank you so much, Jeff. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
We're here with Karen Summers, who is a student volunteer with Links to Libraries. Karen, thank you for talking with me tonight. Now, as a student volunteer, what exactly do you do?
I just help out basically moving books, putting stickers on books, and coming to events like these.
Going to events like this? You having fun tonight?
I am.
Yeah?
I am.
Now, why'd you get involved?
My mom actually was a founding committee member of Link to Libraries, so she got me involved.
She got you involved.
Yeah.
And were you excited about it? Were you...
I was. I thought it'd be a great opportunity to perform some service.
Yeah.
I go to a Catholic school, so we have mandatory service to do.
Mandatory service.
Yeah.
And you chose this?
Yes.
Great, that's excellent. Now, how many hours of volunteerism have you put in, do you think?
Well, it's been a while, probably, I don't know, a couple days worth. Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Now, I know that you go through a lot of books, like you said, you were going through the books and labeling and whatnot, but as a child growing up, I'm sure your mom read to you. If I know Kathleen, she read to you.
Yes.
So, what was your favorite story growing up as a child?
Well, actually, I just did the book report on this the other day. It'd have to be The Giving Tree. I thought that left left a real good message on me.
Oh, it did. That's great. So you have a special memory of that?
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, thank you for sharing with us tonight.
Yeah.
And let's go back in and have some fun.
All right, sounds
Great.
good.
Link to Libraries is a nonprofit regional in Western Mass, and we deliver books to underserved communities all the way up through the Berkshires, all through Western Mass, as far as Worcester, Palmer, Munson, and of course now we're going into New York and to Connecticut. We deliver books to Naugatuck and North Haven and Meriden and New Haven and Hartford and Torrington public elementary schools and nonprofit organizations. Link to Libraries started because my partner Janet Crimmins and I, we read about an article in the paper a while back that the White Street School in May of 2008 was closed due to books that were not available for their library and budget cuts. And so we asked 65 people that we knew to send us a specific book title which they did in 11 days, and we then delivered those books to the White Street Elementary School for their library program. And since then, we have just flourished. What we do now is give books to organizations and nonprofits, as I said, throughout the region and 2 states, as well as through to places like hospitals, Boys and Girls Clubs, Girls Inc., Shriners, Ronald McDonald Houses, and every school in the city of the Springfield areas. Linked Libraries has numerous programs, and that's what this event is all about. This event was to thank our sponsors and all the people that were volunteers and contributors to this organization. The event is really a celebration. It's not a fundraiser. And we wanted to celebrate marking 50,000 books donated, new books, since our inception in May of 2008. And we think we've accomplished that. What we wanted to do is to let people know that their donations go to boys and girls that are in great need. We have a literacy program where we give every boy and girl entering the Springfield and Holyoke Public Elementary School kindergarten classes a literacy Linked to Libraries literacy bag called Read Together. And they get 2 bilingual books, a book bag, a bookmark, and all sorts of parent educational materials that are supplied by the Davis Foundation. We also have a homeless program called RAP, Reading Any Place, that starts this June, and that will target 5 cities in Western Mass where every child receives a tote bag, and 10 books throughout the school year and summer. And these are to give these boys and girls books to read so that they have summer reading and all year reading, and the tote bag is so that they can carry them about because they are homeless or living in shelters, and this gives them a neat place to store their books. And we do this for grades preschool all the way up through grade 5 or 6. And these books are donated through Linked to Libraries, but are given out through the HAP Housing in Springfield organization and McKinney Ventu, which is another group that donates their time and their effort to giving children that are homeless all the necessary materials that they need to stay in school, to fight crime and whatever else. So we have lots of programs and lots of happenings here at Linked to Libraries, as well as our Celebrity Read Aloud program, and that we do about 20 or 30 times a year. And we have celebrities like Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Roderick Island, who's coming in June to read at the DeBerry School. But we have other people as well, like George O'Brien from Business West magazine, Stephen Bradley, the Vice President of Bay State Health, George O'Brien, as I mentioned, Peter Ross Cawthon from the Log Cabin, and many, many other dignitaries throughout the city that come and they read for boys and girls and let them see what really what it is to make something of yourself in our community. And we do that quite well, and then every boy and girl is lucky enough to get a book bag and an age-appropriate book. And we do that, like I said, 20 or 30 times a year throughout the school year. I think we're pretty busy here. We have 21 volunteers at Linked to Libraries, adults and children. Everybody has a vote on our advisory board, and we meet monthly, as well as other programs. We have groups that come in, and all they do is assemble literacy book bags, and we give out 2,900 of those. So the organizations like Belize, Auto Group, and Bay State West, and Health New England, and People's Bank, they come and they bring volunteers, and fortunately for us, they spend the morning and they assemble these literacy bags, which is really a wonderful way to engage the community, as well as to get the word out what Linked to Libraries does. And it also is wonderful for the companies that come in, because they are doing community service work. And we're happy to have them. We need their help, and we truthfully are most appreciative of all of that.